Hi guys, welcome back to Educator Dr. Mom TV. So I typically don't share two recipes back to back on my channel, but today we have a special Super Bowl weekend meal that I think you are going to love. So I wanted to share this with you in case you are looking for a healthy but delicious meal. So today I'm going to share my loaded nacho recipe with you. This is a vegan version. No dairy, no meat, but it is going to blow your mind. So I use two different types of chips. One is a bean-based chip and the other is a corn-based chip. They are both delicious. This one is actually my favorite. It's got a little hint of jalapeno. It's not too much, but I like to use two different chips because they have two different types of texture. Then I move on to use this ultimate beefless ground from Gardein. I don't know if you're hip to this product or not, but if not, it is an amazing alternative to ground beef. And then I use Amy's refried beans. These are the best refried beans I've ever had that are not authentic, of course. And then I use a super greens mix as opposed to iceberg lettuce. It just gives it a little bit more color, a little bit more nutrients. And then this is the thing that makes it amazing. It's a cashew queso cheese. I'm going to try to focus it for you. This camera is not cooperating with me. But it is amazing. There we go. They have mild version, a hot version, a white version. It is an alternative that you will love. It does not taste like a fake cheese at all. And then I have green onions. I have a little bit of cilantro. You can add whatever vegetables you want. I kind of kept it basic here. But red onions, tomatoes, avocados. And then I have a salsa that is also mild. Again, you can do spicy hot if you'd like, but I kept this version mild for us. And then I have a Parmesan cheese that is also non-dairy. If you've seen some of my other recipes, you know that I love this. And then this was amazing to me. This is a non-dairy sour cream that I was really skeptical about, but it is great. You don't even realize that you're not having something that is dairy and it's, plant-based. So great. So here are the ingredients. Super easy. Let's jump into how to make it. So the first thing I do is start with chopping up all of the vegetables. Again, if you're a meal prepper, you can do most of this prep ahead of time, and then all you have to do is focus on the assembly of your nachos and cooking up the warm ingredients. So having the cold ingredients already ready to go would make this process so much faster. For me, I like things kind of chunky, both myself and my husband, so I'm not dicing these up too terribly small. I usually cut the onions a little bit smaller than everything else, but I like a chunky nacho, and so for me, I'm gonna cube these vegetables together and then set them to the side until I can work on the assembly of the nachos. Now I'm going to start on the warm ingredients. This is super simple to prep. I just put a little bit of olive oil into my skillet and then I just pour the frozen beefless ground in there. This is super easy to cook. The biggest thing that I will say is don't overcook it. And then over here in this little saucepan, I just put my beans into the pan and I am going to just let this simmer a little bit. Again, with this beefless ground, you don't want to overcook it because it will get dry. So you just warm it up a little bit and then you add I always add a little bit more olive oil on top so that it stays moist. And then I also add a little bit of seasoning in here. This is garlic. I add some cumin. And sometimes I add a little bit of taco seasoning. Today I didn't, but if you want that flavor, you can add a package of taco seasoning or some other type of Mexican flavor that you like to bring out in your nachos. So the last thing that you need to warm up is your queso cheese. And so you can either do this in a small saucepan on the stove as well. Today I'm gonna throw it in the microwave and warm it up, maybe just for about 30 seconds. Just enough so that and I knock the chill off of it. So the final step in the process is the assembly. So I mix the chips on the bottom of my dish. Again, you can use any type of tortilla chip here. And then I add the beans on top of the chips. The beans on the bottom is really what is going to give them the structure so that they don't fall apart. The beans will hold everything together. So I spread them out across the middle, and then I add my beefless ground across the top as well. And then lastly, for warm ingredients is the cheese. And I just spread that all around as well. And then you just start layering on your vegetables. Again, the vegetable layering can happen any way you want. I start with my greens, and then I start to add the tomatoes, the red onions, and the avocado. And last but not least, I add the green onions and the shredded Parmesan. I'm pretty generous with my Parmesan because when I put it under the broiler, I like to see it brown just a little bit. And voila, this is your final step, the broiler. I usually only put it under the broiler for about 5, no more than 7 minutes because you don't want your vegetables to wilt. You just want to brown this cheese so it's nice and toasty. And here you have it, loaded vegan nachos. This recipe is the bomb. I've shared it with so many of my friends already. They all love it. The last thing that I do is top with the cilantro. And again, I'm generous with cilantro because I love it, but you don't have to add this last step if you are not a fan. And here we go. The last step is to plate the nachos and to add the dollop of sour cream or salsa, whatever you prefer. Dish it up and make it nice and yummy for yourself. I hope that you love this recipe. Let me know if you try it. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it. And I will see you next time for another video. Bye guys.